Hey triathlete fans, Ryan here, setthepacetriathlon.com. I'm here to talk about another swim course at Ironman, California. This is going to be the first year in 21. Of course, it was supposed to be the first year in 2020, but as we all know, the pandemic kind of had different plans. So 2021 will be the first year for Ironman California out in Sacramento. October 24th, 2021. Time of recording this video is October 11th, so you got about 2 weeks. So hopefully you're trained up because it's a little bit too late at this point in time to get trained up to do the distance necessarily. All you can do now is do your taper, your race prep, and go into race refreshed and ready to race. So I'm going to talk about the swim course because I want to get you as prepared as possible. I've got athletes doing it. I'm not doing it myself personally this year. I've got athletes doing it, and I create these videos for them to help them out. Usually I just send emails to athletes in the past and just talked about this, but so many people have asked about the information that I send, and I find myself repeating myself. Hence, it became a little bit easier just to record it and post it live and then post it on YouTube for everybody to view it forever and for all eternity. So hopefully this is pertinent for you and helps you out. Again, I've done a little research in different Ironman California groups to get some local perspective and just some information to try to share with you guys and tips and pointers on doing the swim course for Ironman California. So if you just jump into the Ironman California website, do the course, hit the swim, pull up the map, and then we'll talk about the event schedule here in a minute. So you can see swim course is 2.4 miles point to point. So you are starting the American River and then you meet the Sacramento River and then right before Tower Bridge, you hit the exit to transition. So first point to note is the swim start is a different area than transition. So when you come and you get set up, you're going to drop off, and that's why I pulled up the athlete guide, drop off personal needs and bike run bag at Riverfront Street near Ballpark Drive, and then transition opens in the Cats Baseball Stadium. So I say this because at 4:30 a.m. is when this stuff starts opening up. Transition opens up at 4:45, and then shuttles to the swim start site at 5 a.m. Whatever you do, don't be the last ones to show up to transition because it is going to get busy in a hurry. People always mock me personally for being one of the first ones to transition, but so we were going through Memphis. It rained. People got stuck in the mud. They delayed the race start for 30 minutes. People were running around frantically trying to get ready for the race. You don't want to be that person, so I highly recommend getting there as soon as you can. You're not going to sleep well the night before, so any more extra sleep you think you're going to get before the race ain't going to help you. The night, 2 nights before that is going to be the best chance and opportunity to get your rest. Make sure you sleep in that day. Take a nap the day before, because the night of, I guarantee you're not going to be sleeping much. I've done 8, and I still don't sleep well. I've done 15 half Ironmans. I don't sleep well the night before, so set the alarm, get up, and just get it done. Get the transition, get all your special needs, and go through. You can check usually all your transition bags. You can get your bike set up, get everything set up. You have access to everything. And once those shuttles start, make sure you got everything packed up for your swim start. And then your morning clothes bag. Don't take anything that you don't want to lose. Because if you take your phone, your keys, and you put them in your morning clothes bag, it doesn't happen often, but it does happen that those bags get lost. So you don't want anything in that bag that you can't live without. So if you've got your hotel keys, you got something that you can't live without, find a way to either put it on your bike somewhere, just so you have it with you at all times. So after the race, you can get it for sure. If you have Sherpa or something like that, just make sure that you have some way of getting back to your hotel, wherever you're going. That does depend on that morning clothes bag because you should get it back by the end of the race, but you just never know what's going to happen. But moral of the story is get there with plenty of time to get everything set up, to check everything. If you need to air up your tires, check your bags, put your water bottles on your bike, set up your bike computer, set up your helmet, get everything ready in the bags for transitions, and then give yourself plenty of time to get on that shuttle. Starts at 4:45 a.m. Give yourself plenty of time to get to the swim start, get set up there. They'll have porta potties and everything. Get comfortable, kind of relax for a little bit, get set up, get your, highly recommend, we're going to start getting into the swim options, but putting on your wetsuit or speed suit or whatever you're going to do, body glide, anything you're going to need, take it all with you to the swim start, put it in your morning clothes bag when you're done with it. But I would take everything with you and allow yourself as much time at that swim start as possible, just to relax and get set up, get mentally focused, prepared. Do not wait until, well, I've got until 6. Let's see. Let's go back to athlete spectator shuttles from 5 to 6:30 a.m. Oh, I got until 6:30 a.m. for the last bus leaves. You don't want to be in that last group because I guarantee you that bus is going to be full. So make sure you get there with plenty of time to get to that swim start, because you don't want to be stressed out to start a 2.4-mile swim combined with doing a full Ironman for the day. So this one's pretty straightforward as far as it's not really technical. I mean, you're just following the river, and once you hit the Sacramento River, you're still going downstream. You don't take a right and go up the Sacramento River. You just go down and hit the swim exit. So it's really not, wildly technical. There's really no turns. Your best bet is to stay in the middle of the river for the best current. People ask about, oh, what's the current going to be like? Just showing this video here, you can see that Tim Sorensen kind of posted in one of the groups. That's him swimming in the river. To me, that does not look like a fast river. It just depends on the day. Some people have said the American River is pretty slow. Then when they hit the Sacramento River, there's a couple currents and some waves and some white water a little bit to deal with when those two rivers come together. And then it picked up a little bit. It just depends, man. It just depends on the weather they're getting, the rain they're getting, and right now it doesn't look all that wet. So I would not say it's drastic. A lot of people, locals, have posted that they've swam it, and they really don't feel they have much of an advantage. It doesn't really feel like the river is really helping them per se. Probably better than nothing, but it's not going to be like Ironman Chattanooga. People will cut off about 20 minutes off their swim time. That river can move pretty quick at times. This, I don't think you're going to get that effect. If that's what you're looking for, I don't have to tell you on that one. But just from everything I've read, unless some wild rain event happens for the 2 weeks before, I don't think you're going to get much assistance from the current. Like I said, it's kind of better than nothing. But everybody has reported it is pretty chilly, so it's probably going to be wetsuit legal. So I definitely bring full suit. If it's like the website advertises, a 65 degrees average water temperature, that'd be a little chilly. I have a neoprene swim cap that I bring to every race just in case that water is really super cold. Again, if you don't use anything, you can put it in your morning clothes bag, and they'll transport it to where everything's going to be at the end of the race for you to pick up with all your other transition bags and everything. In theory, should happen. I've not had a problem personally, knock on wood. Some people have. But anyway, so if you don't end up using a neoprene swim cap, oh, sorry. Oh, it's a long day here in the ranch. If you don't use your neoprene swim cap, then you can put it in the bag. Some people ask about booties. I think there's a water temperature cutoff. I would not bring booties personally. I tried booties. They just don't really help all that much. It didn't really keep my feet warm. They filled up with water. Kind of felt like I was swimming with ankle weights on. Personally, that's just me. But if it's something you kind of need, I know people who got Raynaud's syndrome, that their extremities get really cold. So I definitely look into that. Contact the race director through the contact information on the website to see if that's something that would be an option. But full sleeve wetsuit, neoprene swim cap for me, on top of the swim cap they give you for the race, and I just make sure that you've got everything prepared for that. I always bring a swimskin just in case for some odd reason it becomes wetsuit optional, because I like to make sure that I count for the all world athlete status and age group qualification, all that kind of stuff. Even though I'm not out there winning my age groups, it's just kind of nice to be able to compete with the rest of the age group and be accounted for that. So keep that in mind. Probably going to be wetsuit legal. Probably not going to get a huge help from the current. And since you're swimming kind of west and south, the sun shouldn't be much of an issue. I always bring tinted goggles to my swims. If you're watching my videos, that's kind of what I put out there. But for this one, baby clear goggles, you can get away with that. Wouldn't be a problem, just because, if you turn to the left while you're swimming, maybe you kind of look into the sun. So if you're only able to breathe on the left side, maybe bring tinted goggles. You could be facing the sun when it comes in on this side, when it's coming up over in the east there. So just, I'd bring, if you have both, bring clear, bring tinted just in case. So you have options. Like I said, I always bring tinted, and I bring a backup pair just in case. And just be prepared for that. So like I said, really, I mean, sighting will be important, but you should be able to kind of, if you bilateral breathe, you should be able to tell where you're at. You're just basically in the middle of the river the entire time. So the only difference is here when you enter in the Sacramento River, just make sure you keep going south. Don't turn right and don't go up the Sacramento River. Shouldn't be a problem. I would think you'd notice if you're swimming upstream. It might be kind of difficult. Like I said, when you meet the Sacramento River, when those two kind of meet there, you may get some turbulence and that kind of stuff. So just be ready for that a little bit. But it should be nice. You should be able to, they're going to do the rolling swim start. So every 5 seconds, there's probably going to be 4 to 5 athletes that they put in the water. But being that there's no real turns in this, you should be able to spread out quite a bit. So hopefully you can find some nice clear water to swim in, and you're not on top of each other and other athletes. But do seed yourself correctly. If you're a fast swimmer, swim towards the front. If you're a medium swimmer, swim towards the middle. If you're a slow swimmer, swim towards the back. Because that way you don't get swam over, you don't have to swim with other people, and it just doesn't become, it just improves the experience so much to do that swim with people that are kind of similar abilities, especially if you can find somebody that's your speed and you can draft off of them. You kind of swim off their hip and you get that draft. Been watching any of the Facebook Lives for any of these events. This will be on Facebook Live. You always watch the pros, and that's all they talk about is somebody swimming, the leader and then the follower or the second place swimming right off their hip and getting that draft. Makes it. I found that 70.3 Memphis. I found a good draft spot for a little bit. Makes it so much easier, so much nicer. You feel like you're swimming so much quicker without as much effort. So just be aware of that. If you seed yourself correctly, you should be able to find somebody to draft off of, because basically, unless you're at the pointy end of the field, you're going to be following somebody in the swim. But I mean, looking at the map, it does not. There's nothing really crazy out there. I mean, we'll go back to the main page so you can see that a little bit better. There's you just follow the buoys. Go to the swim start, swim down the middle of the river, and then pay attention to see where the swim finish is and make sure that you're kind of paying attention when you get to that last buoy and sighting. If you've passed the Tower Bridge, you've gone too far and you're going to have to swim back to get to the finish line. Oh, I don't know why I'm yawning so much. Maybe I need my coffee. But anyway, I digress. So that's basically it. I mean, like I said, there's nothing super technical about the swim course. People have swam it, and the local reports are it is a little bit dingy, a little bit dark. You're not going to see much in it. It's murky. Like I said, you may not get much out of the current. You may get a little bit of help once you join the Sacramento River, and you get a little bit of push from that. But don't count on a huge gain from being downriver swim, especially out in California. They've been in kind of a drought situation for a really long time. So you may not get that much help with the river. It just depends on the weather. It could rain the next 2 weeks. Put your weather tracker on your phone. Make sure you pay attention to weather, see what's going on. Full sleeve wetsuit, neoprene swim cap. Make sure you get there to transition, set up super early to catch the buses, the shuttles to the swim start. Looks like you can bring your spectators with you. So if you want to bring your morning bag and you have a Sherpa or spectator with you to give it to, hey, great, that's awesome too. More than likely, they will have porta potties at the swim start, so don't be worried about that. You won't be stuck there with the porta potties. Other than that, like I said, it's really not super technical. Just make sure you show up with plenty of time. Don't be stressed out at the swim start. Line up properly according to seating, and then make sure you just sight well towards the finish. I mean, it's not too crazy. It looks like transition's a little bit of a hike, but nothing crazy. So, if you've got any questions, put them in the comments. I didn't see any while I was making this video. If you like this, if you think that helped you out whatsoever, give it a thumbs up. This is the first time you looked at the map, and because I actually did a post about it, hey, give me a thumbs up too, because you should look at least at the map before you go out there and do the swim. If they have a practice swim, I kind of recommend going out there and just getting a feel for the water and what it's going to be like out there. Test it out, see if there's a current, see if you're ready for it. Test out the temperature. Maybe you don't want a wetsuit. Maybe you want to swim in a speed suit, and the water temperature is perfectly fine for you. I don't know. Check it out. See if there's an opportunity to do that. Throw it out there in the athlete guide here. Let's just see, just for grins and giggles, athlete briefing, Ironman store, welcome ceremony, fun run, mandatory bike check, and athlete briefing. It does not look like they are going to have a practice swim. Pro men start, rolling start. So some events will have practice swim, some won't. But there may be different places in the river that you can go and swim because the locals look like they're able to get in and swim. So maybe jump in the local group or someone posts in the groups. Hey, we're going to go swim this area, whatever. This is a good spot to jump in and swim for a little bit just to test it out or something like that. So, maybe you pull in here and swim for a little bit and just hop out or something like that. So I highly recommend doing that just to get a feel for the water and what it's like. Test out your gear, test out your goggles, make sure they're fit and tight and all that good stuff. But other than that, it's a pretty straightforward course. There's nothing too crazy about it. All downriver, no real turns. Just follow the river, stay in the middle of the river, find the best current as possible, and make sure you hit the swim exit. So with that, give it a like if this helps you out at all. Put a comment on there if you think I missed something or you have some questions. If you're seeing it on YouTube, make sure you give me a like, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification button to get future. I'll be posting about the bike, the run, weather. I'll be posting about spectator recommendations and the event schedule, athlete guide, and all that kind of fun stuff. So pay attention for that. That'll be coming up here shortly. So hopefully this helps you out. That, happy training out there. Good luck. We'll see you at the finish line.